save me. No, and don't come running to blame me.
Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. Future Kayla just popping in here to say that if this vlog seems a little bit delayed, it actually is. The vlog that I put up on Monday was supposed to be this one, and I kind of forgot this one existed. So it's going up out of order chronologically. Not by much, but by enough that I feel like it might be a little confusing. So just a heads up when you're watching this vlog, it happened before the other one. It's just going up after. Today my plan is to draft a few more scenes of the Between the Waves rewrite. It's a very rainy Sunday afternoon and I have a lot of writing work to get done today. I also need a very relaxing day because yesterday I actually went skiing for the first time in my life. This is how that went. So I had a fantastic day. I literally loved skiing. We had so much fun. I didn't quite work up to going on one of the blue runs, but we did do the green, the green circle runs. So we did do a few of those. Actually, I think we did all of those. And it was fantastic. By the end of it, I was having the best time ever and just flying down the hill. So that's exciting because that's something new that I'm definitely gonna have to do again as many more times as I can. But yeah, I'm very sore today and that's all right because today the goal is to just get a bunch of writing done, admire the rain, kind of have like a cozy writing day. So I'm going to start with some sprints for the Between the Waves rewrite. I'm going to start rewriting some of these new scenes that I came up with when I was doing the Sarah J. Maas video. So that is the plan. So yeah, I'm gonna start on those and see how those go, and I will keep you updated. Okay, so far I've done 2 writing sprints. I think I wrote a little over 1,300 words. I'm trying out different ways to track word count, some of which I've tried before, some of which are new to me. Okay, so I have done 2 word sprints so far. I wrote about 1,300 words over the course of those 2 sprints. We're almost done the current scene that I've been working on, and then I just need to write a little bit more because this scene actually attaches to a scene that already exists. And one thing I wanted to mention, which is another thing that I've learned through the class that I'm currently taking. So as we know, I'm currently rewriting my Between the Waves NaNoWriMo project, and I'm rewriting it before I've actually finished it because I realized the plot was going to change, so I didn't actually finish the first draft. So I'm like rewriting the first bit, but also still writing the first draft. And something that I've learned, because we speak a lot in class about kind of what literary agents are looking for, just because a lot of the time people have questions about that, because that is part of the process that it's kind of difficult to really find information about and find trustworthy information about, because just like any sort of agent for any kind of entertainment industry job, like acting agents, music agents, things like that, it's kind of, people always have questions about it. So we've had a lot of questions come up about literary agents in our class, and kind of talking about the situation if you are writing a book with the intention of it becoming a series, and just basically that you shouldn't do that because they may not take on the entire series. I've been thinking a lot about that, and that has become a big influence for the rewrite of Between the Waves, is the fact that when I query this, it's going to be as a standalone with potential for a series, because that is how they've basically advised you query it. Especially if you're a brand new author, it's more difficult to, get a literary agent to take a chance on you with the idea of being contracted into an entire series. So they would rather take you on if it is just starting as a single book that can be tied together nicely at the end. And they also mentioned that in order to do this, try and make sure that you tie off most loose ends, but there are some minor subplots or things that are mentioned, like little plot lines here and there. So leave one or two of those open-ended, and that is how you can lead into your next book if it decides to get picked up. Or in my case, I've spoken about it before, I'm going to try and become traditionally published. However, in a situation like that, where maybe my first book gets published and then I ask my literary agent about publishing the second book in the series, and for some reason it gets denied, because a lot of the time you have to run the next books in a series by the publisher to make sure they don't want to publish it themselves. Let's say that I write this first book and then it gets published by a traditional publisher, and then I want to continue the series because I know it continues. In order to do that, first I check with them to see if they want to publish it. If they don't, I'm not opposed to becoming a hybrid author and self-publishing the rest of the series, because also I already know that the rest of the series exists, and if I am publishing the first one, I need to have the rest of it published because I know that there's so much more story to tell, and I'm willing to hybrid publish the rest of it in order to complete the story. So even with that in mind, I have started to adjust the plot further and come to a conclusion where all of the plot lines tie up except for basically one. There's pretty much one plot line that doesn't quite get finished, but it is the plot line that is going to most influence the second book. So that's why I chose that one. So I'm going to weave it in, and then that is going to be the only plot line that doesn't really get finished by the end of this book. So then when I query, I will say, this is a standalone. It is written how it can be finished right now. However, I do have plans for the next 2 books in the series stemming off of this plot line. Here are those outlines. Basically, that's how it will be queried. So I just wanted to mention that because that has strongly influenced how I am doing this rewrite, because I know that this will need to be queried as a standalone with series potential. So that changes things a little bit because I can't leave as many open-ended questions at the end of my book. I need to write it as though there is only one book. So it's an interesting balance, but that's what we're working on. I don't really have a word goal for today, but I definitely want to finish this scene, write the kind of connective tissue between this scene and the one it leads into. And then there's one other scene that I want to write today as well. So we're gonna try and get that done. I'm getting back into writing now. I just had a book club meeting. Again, I've mentioned we're reading Gideon the Ninth, and we are at the point now where we get to finish the book, which I'm excited for. So I was just in a book club meeting for that. But now I'm gonna do some more writing. Okay, so for today I have hit 2018 words, and we're basically here's the new rewrite plan for Between the Waves. So basically what I was trying to do was I went through, did some brainstorming, came up with new ideas, came up with a new plot structure, and kind of made decisions that way. And then what I was doing was going through the original first draft and basically just rewriting the parts that needed to be written in order to line up with the new plan. So that was working at first. So around chapter 5 or 6, so when we were, really getting into Act 2, that no longer worked because the scenes that exist in Act 2 so far were obviously so supportive of what the original journey was supposed to be, because at that point you're like getting into the thick of it, which means that the scenes that are happening are supposed to support the end goal, which is exactly what they were doing. However, the end goal had changed. I did some analyzing and tried to see if there was any way for me to work the new storyline into them and to kind of adjust them, but it just wasn't going to be as good, because at the end of the day, I tried to create scenes that were most effective for the goal of the story. So when the goal of the story changes, the scenes that were supporting it are no longer going to be as effective as they could be. So since the end goal is now different, I needed to adjust the scenes so that they were more effective. So what we are doing now is we have started a new document. I am writing out all of the new scenes for the new plot, and then I am pulling from the first draft rewrite document that I started to work on, and I am adding those into the new document. Because a lot of, the first 2 or 3 chapters are fine. I've already rewritten them and they make sense for the story. They still set up the right plot lines, so that way it's totally fine. So I can just move those over, but then the rest of it I need to fully rewrite. It's not enough for me to just edit in based on what the new plot is. I have to completely rewrite them. Most of those scenes won't even exist anymore. So that's what I'm doing now. So I wrote 2,000 words. I finished one of the new scenes today. I wanted to finish 2. I might try to finish a second one, but I did write this new scene and then I attached it into the story where it's supposed to go. So I'm certainly not upset if I don't get a second scene written tonight, because I still wrote 2,000 words today and edited a bit more. And also you'll notice that I'm tracking on something new. So I am tracking word count right now, but I'm still trying not to be too focused on it. So right now I'm using Pacemaker, and I'm going to talk about it in a future video, but I'm kind of really liking it because I have set it up so that every single day is random, and the amount of words that I'm supposed to hit every day is a different amount, and it's a random amount every day. So some days I'm supposed to do 52 words, and other days I'm supposed to do nearly 4,000 words. So I set it up that way so I wouldn't have a particular word goal in mind, and so that I have a little bit more leniency. So for example, if one day I only have to write 52 words, I won't feel like I failed if I'm not hitting a higher number, because that's what it says on the tracker. Doing it this way just seems to be doing a good job of taking the pressure of word count goals off of my life right now and my writing schedule, but still motivating me to get this draft finished. So I hope that makes sense. That's the strategy that we're trying, and so far I really like it. I think it's gonna be a good one, so I'll keep you updated on how that's going. I also need to edit a YouTube video, which I might do right now and get that done because it's supposed to go up tomorrow. Oh, future Kayla again, because past Kayla did not sign off the vlog. Luckily, I'm wearing practically the same thing, so it may as well just be past Kayla. I just wanted to say thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed learning a little bit about what is currently influencing how I'm doing my rewrite and how I'm restructuring my story right now. If you are interested in more writing updates, behind the scenes stuff, I'm also going to start posting some short form original works over on Patreon. So if you're interested in any of that sort of thing, you can join our little community. It is linked in the description box down below. As always, please give the video a thumbs up because it really helps me out, and subscribe if you're interested in the kind of videos I make. But thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.